What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are well. Today I'm doing another versus the amazing Sri Lanka versus the amazing Malaysia. This is gonna be a good one, guys. This is gonna be a good one. So in this versus, I'll be diving deep into the cost of living, getting around, best like street food, the best food. Period. I love my food. Budgeting, like backpacking. I'm not really a huge backpacker, but yeah, whatever. Nature, adventures, beach showdowns for sure, because I love beaches, no doubt. Um, our cultural, dive into a little bit about cultural differences. Travel seasons, which is very important, the best time to travel, vice versa. Luxury on a budget. So basically, you can still have a limited budget, but also go luxury, which is amazing for in these both countries. And yeah, and I just get my conclusion and find out which one would I lean to, especially for you guys that are first time travelers to either one of these destinations. I'm gonna give you my conclusion, my recommendation. So stay with it and watch to the end. So we start with cost of living. Which one's cheaper for tourists? Because obviously I'm a tourist and traveling into either one of these countries that I've been to. Both amazing countries, but again, with this video, guys, this is just a comparison, as in giving you a little bit of like figures wise as prices, and just giving you an in-depth analysis on either one of the countries. I'm not downing. I'm not putting one country down and lifting the other one. I'm praising both countries. But anyway, so cost of living as we dive in. Daily budget. Let's say you're on a budget. Again, you remember there's different budgets, right? If you're a high spender or you're a low spender. Great thing about these two countries, you can be in all kinds of budgets and completely enjoy yourself, which is amazing. So if you got a low budget, you can still have time. So let's say just an average budget or daily budget of like in Sri Lanka, you're aiming at $25 to $50, and that's and literally that will hold you nicely in a day. Whereas in Malaysia, you're looking at 30 to like $60 per day. Again, so you see, it's pretty similar. So like again, so this is why this is a good comparison, because things are very close. Yeah, accommodations, your hostels will range from like $10 a day to 100, depending on the hostel. I'm not a hostel guy, so I'm talking about hotels. Hotels will range you between $40 to 200 or 100, whatever it is. It depends on location, time of the year, right? So again, and star rating, obviously. So where I stayed in Wuna Tana. That's in Sri Lanka, in southern province, and that was about about 100. It was for my birthday, so I went nice. It was a great property, so it was about between $80 to $100 per day. Again, too, you can find a lot cheaper accommodations. So it all depends on your budget. You know what I mean? You can go a hostel, obviously, for a lot cheaper. Like Sri Lanka. Let's focus on Sri Lanka for a minute. Local street food, your local rice and curry, $1 to $3. Western food pricier, obviously, will be $6 to $10. Obviously, Western food is gonna be pricier. But one thing about Sri Lanka has amazing food, boy, amazing food. While your Malaysia will be $30 to $60 travel budget for the day. Accommodation, again, hostels can range you between $10 to and up, right? Depending again on location, star rating, blase blase. But again, me, I don't do hotels. So Chinatown, 100 between 100 and 120 per day. Again, depending on the location, depending on where you are in Malaysia. Penang, I found Penang a lot cheaper than KL. Langkawi was probably the most expensive because it's the most luxury island. So depending where you go, and again, star rating. So you're looking at $10 all the way up. So it depends, right? Street food is great because you can get street food for like literally as cheap as $1.50 to like $3. Like a pound to £2. Restaurants, mid restaurants would be like $5 to $10. 4 to 8 pounds. Mid level. Now, when it comes to higher, it'll be obviously a lot more, and it depends where you are. KL will be a lot more expensive. Langkawi will be a lot more expensive as far as nicer restaurants, but you would have a lot more luxury restaurants and luxury things, period, as far as more food quality, food options in Malaysia. Again, Malaysia has a mixed cuisine of Malay, Chinese, and Indian, so you got more spices and more mesh. Transport, this one is just literally so far left Malaysia, because Malaysia has way better transport. A little bit more expensive, but again, too, they have a lot more. Longer distance in the taxi, buses will cost you $5 to $15 depending where you're going. They have Grab, which is great, cheaper than, is in my opinion, cheaper than Bolt and Uber. They have MTR, they have the trains, overground. I mean, it's just better. While Sri Lanka has your TikToks, I mean, TikToks are super cheap, between $1 to $5. And you literally can pay $1, $2, as long as you got good bargaining techniques. You can literally bargain price, so that's cool. As far as they don't have any trains. They only have one train that goes through the city. It can get very busy. It goes from Colombia all the way to the southern province. It can get very packed, but you should try the experience, and it's super cheap to get on that train. But as far as underground, overground trains, train availability is not, they don't have one. They just have the one train. So it's more taxis, tuk-tuks, and bus rides. None of them are pretty expensive. You're looking at $1 to $5 max, depending what you use. So it's very cheap to get around. But Malaysia obviously has more options. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button too. Come on, support the channel. And if you're returning, thank you, appreciate you. Hit that like button too while you're here. So getting around the country, I mean, this one's hands down Malaysia, right? Like I just said previously. Just have more options. One, they have the MRT, LRT, overground, underground. They got Grab. You can get Grab just like that. They got buses. You can rent a car. Actually, driving in Malaysia, actually, I find is probably one of the nicest countries to be able to drive in all of Southeast Asia, because some countries are mad, like your Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, pure mad to drive in. Where Malaysia is not good, it's not that bad. Roads are a lot better, well maintained, and service. So self-driving there is pretty dope. Whereas Sri Lanka, I would 100% not recommend renting a car. Again, insurances, they just drive bad out there. But what I did was rent a scooter. Getting around is pretty safe. It's probably safer than most of Southeast Asia as far as getting around on a scooter. So it's nothing like your Thailand, Vietnam, or Philippines. It's not as dangerous. So I rent a taxi. You also can get like a tuk-tuk, where you just rent a tuk-tuk. You can drive it yourself or get a driver. Either or you know what I mean? It's still cheaper as far as transportation, but it's just limited transportation in Sri Lanka, where in Malaysia you just have way more options. I mean, best food, I mean, this is a tough one, because obviously, like you Malaysians, you're gonna be going crazy, but obviously you say, oh, you put your hands up, say Malaysia by far, because of the fusion. You got the Malay mixed with Chinese, and you order different fusion, different flavors. Yes, technically, Malaysia has better food, more variety, but honestly, I like the food better in Sri Lanka. It was a lot more chilled. The rice, the curries are very bland and mild. Not bland, but more milder and easier in your stomach. Nothing like going to India and eating in India. Indian food just doesn't sit with me. But Sri Lankan food was so chilled, a very seafoodish. Some of the freshest seafood I've had in all of the world that I've traveled to. Pure quality. Tastes so super good. Super chilled vibes. You get affordability. You can get so much for your money as well. Your money goes a long way. So to be honest, the rice and street food is not super good in Malaysia. Like I said in previous videos, Malaysia has some of the best, if not the best, street food in all of the world. But I'm talking about food in general, quality, taste of the food. Not as much options, but this is my opinion now, guys. So chill out before you start having strokes. This is my opinion. As far as quality of food, I'm leaning to Sri Lanka. As far as variety, if you love your variety, you love different types of food, you want to dibble dabble and taste this and that, obviously Malaysia. Malaysia has so much more to offer food-wise, and just different types of dishes and stuff like that. But I really love the food in Sri Lanka, so I'm leaning to Sri Lanka. Obviously, as far as budget traveling, and if you're backpacking, I would say Sri Lanka wins this because it's just cheaper all around. It's a lot more budget friendly of a travel place. But Malaysia is good as well, but it's just slightly higher budget, and it's more luxury and more modern amenities. So for instance, if you want to just go in a hostel, then you want to go to KL and go get an apartment on the 20th floor or the 200th floor. You can do that. You can, have an apartment overseeing the Petron. So, you know what I mean? It's a little bit of mix where, Sri Lanka is more of a more budget and more, you know what I mean, more lower in the sense of standards. So this is a topic I absolutely love, a beach showdown, because both countries have good beaches outside of Penang. The beaches in Penang absolutely suck. The reason I don't like, if you've ever been to damn Penang in Malaysia, you understand that they got so much jellyfish, and jellyfish are straight attacking people. So that shit ruined it for me. But anyway, so again, guys, Malaysians, calm down. I'm not, just because Penang, this is, I'm still honestly going to compare both and give you both countries a chance. But anyway, I'm going to start with Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got some beautiful, beautiful beaches, man. Honestly, from the Marissa Beach, absolutely stunning. And the great thing is about it's not super luxury, very chill. If you like wildlife and just chilled vibes, literally get your towel, put it on the sand, and just go enjoy your beach. Have a coconut here and there. There's not super beach bars, no chairs, beach chairs, beach clubs with this bumpy music. It's more natural, more down to earth. Where that's why a lot of people would absolutely want to get away from like the Western world, go to Sri Lanka, because it's so much calmer. People leave you alone on the beach, which is another great thing. You just go there, you can just go to the beach and just chill. You know what I mean? It's absolutely great vibes. Marissa Beach, Tuna. Fuck, I'm messing that up. But I stayed there and I went to the Jungle Beach, which was absolutely fantastic. Beautiful. You have to go through a jungle to find the beach. Absolutely fantastic. Great for surfers, by the way. People from all over the world go to Sri Lanka to surf. So if you're a surfer, go to Sri Lanka. And again, too, the beaches, why the beaches stand out. And I think the beaches might win over Malaysia is because of the fewer crowds. Honestly, just fewer crowded on the beaches, and it's not as luxury as far as infrastructure, but it's more chill. It's more of a chill, natural vibe, which I absolutely love. So you got Malaysia. Obviously, Malaysia got very good beaches. Actually, one of the best looking, beautiful beaches it's just the whole thing was just absolutely beautiful. Was in Langkawi, north of the island. Absolutely beautiful. One of the, if not the most beautiful beach I've ever seen in Asia. You guys got islands, so it's super dope. But Malaysia beaches are great for snorkeling, you know what I mean? Diving. It got clear waters depending where you go. Or if you like jellyfishing, like you get your ass stung by jellyfishes, then go to Penang and there's loads of jellyfishes ready to sting your ass. But outside of that, very nice beaches, good looking beaches, more crowded than you have in Sri Lanka. More developed. So for instance, if you go to these resorts, you have beach chairs, you have your beach club. So it's a lot more developed than it is in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is more like more wild and just more, down to earth type thing. Whereas in Malaysia is more, built up, a more, more luxury in a sense, facilities, just more developed. So again, if you like going to the beach and get your beach chair, you want a beach bar, then obviously Malaysia will be it for you. But if you want chilled, budget friendly, you just want to have a good time and just go explore, get on a bike and explore beaches and different beaches every day. Sri Lanka, man, for me was just it was an absolutely fun time, and I absolutely am going back to Sri Lanka. I'm going back to Malaysia too, but I absolutely love Sri Lanka. So for me, I would say beaches because budget friendly, just a lot more wilder, it's just chilled, it's just more, you know what I mean? You don't have to go find a person, can I get a chair? It's more just chill. Beaches are free, you can just go to any beach. So it's dope, it's dope. I'll say Sri Lanka. Overall, Malaysia for, like for luxury underwater activities, and Sri Lanka for, just wildlife, just chilling, just relaxing, and also surfing. Okay, when should you travel to both countries? Now, both countries are amazing, but Malaysia has a better flexibility because it's kind of more of an all-round destination. You literally can go any time of the year. But Sri Lanka, you also can go most time of the year. But the best times to go is literally December and March. I went in February, absolutely beautiful. Rain maybe once the 10 days I was there. Absolutely beautiful, stunning, pure sun. It wasn't as hot as well. So I think February is the perfect time for you to go, guys, if you can. Also, May, between May and September is good. I say these times because the other times you can get a lot of monsoons, so it gets really rainy. It gets very monsoons, very tropical weather, and it can be bad. Obviously, if you go through rainy season, it's gonna be way cheaper. But if you want a cheaper vacation, but it's gonna be raining, so I wouldn't recommend that. So I honestly, guys, recommend February. February for me was a perfect month because it's also not peak and it's a cheaper month, but you get sun and it's not as busy as well on the island or on the in the country. Sorry, in the country. Malaysia, obviously, tropical climate. It's just situated in the part of the world which is absolutely amazing. The only thing that's annoying is you cannot predict its rain. It just rains randomly. It just rains. There's umbrellas everywhere. You should have an umbrella because it can't just rain. So it can be piping hot. Oh, it's nice, and you get like a all white, and all of a sudden it starts raining. So always take an umbrella. But the great thing is you can literally go any time of the year. Obviously, peak hot time, peak summer. You probably want to miss that because it's going to get super hot. It was good hot as hell. So December, February is a good time. Obviously, December and January will be tough because it'll be super busy, super expensive. Prices going to be peaked because of New Year's and stuff like that. But February is a good time to go. I went actually in April, which is super good as well. It wasn't super hot. It was a little chilly at night. Well, not that chilly actually. It was cool at night actually. It rained here and there, so I think April was a perfect time because it's low peak as well, not as busy. So April was an amazing time to go actually. If I was to go to Malaysia again, for a shorter period, I'm definitely going April and May again. If I wanted to go in there for longer periods to live, then maybe at different times in the month. But again, Malaysia is much better because the weather is consistent. Whereas Sri Lanka, the weather is more diverse, so it can get bad at times. So again, so you always do your research to find out when you should not go to Sri Lanka and when you should go to Sri Lanka. Great thing about these two countries, two destinations, is you can be literally go luxury on a budget, which is amazing for you guys. Literally, you can go super high budget, you can go regular budget, but even with a regular budget, you can absolutely get amazing properties, stay in amazing places, get amazing food. So realistically, your money goes a long way in both places, which I absolutely love as a traveler. One thing when you travel, when your money goes a long way, you can do so much more with your money and you can appreciate the country more. Obviously, give back to the country as best as you can. Sri Lanka does absolutely that because yeah, you can have so many. One thing, they don't have super big chain hotels. They don't have many of those. They have a lot of boutique hotels and really nice hotels. And again, too, depending on the rating, some are really good, some are so. You know what I mean? I had a nice boutique hotel, which is great. And then in Colombia, the capital, you have your big star chain hotels, but other parts not really. You know what I mean? You have more boutique. They have many boutique guest house, boutique hotels, right? So which is great because the feel of it's a beautiful feel, and also the customer service and just hospitality is amazing in Sri Lanka, man. You guys are amazing. And you could just honestly on a low budget, you can just have amazing. Like, I remember I had an outdoor massage. It was like an outdoor massage in this place in the hills where it's outdoor and you get massage outside. There's trees around you. Absolutely amazing. That was one of the great experiences and one of the best massages I got. So honestly, like I said, I love Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka is more of a chill, relaxed holiday. If you want a budget fancy, blah blah blah, then you go somewhere else. If you just want more relaxed, just get tuned to the culture, learn about the culture, amazing locals, just go sightseeing, just see things, learn new things, eat good food, check out new beaches, explore on a bike, Sri Lanka, and that'll be budget friendly as well. So it's great for you backpackers. Same thing with Malaysia, but Malaysia prices a little bit higher and you have more luxury. So you can go stay at your W, you can go stay at Hilton, Marriott, all the shits. So you know what I mean. So you have a higher budget. It's not like your Singapore or Dubai, but it has its luxury. But the great thing about Malaysia, it caters to all budgets. So if you have low budget, boom, Malaysia will still cater to you. So this is the great thing about Malaysia. Malaysia is very multi-dimensional. You know what I mean? So it literally you can hit you in all. You can enjoy with all budgets. You can, you know what I mean. You can go from beach to city to up in the hills to the jungle to the Amazon. There's so many things you could do. So it's more of a diverse country. So it's a great country to visit if you want to try different and see different things. And oh, while you're doing that, eat amazing food. So that's why Malaysia would win as far as here in Sri Lanka. But both countries have luxury and but also very budget friendly. This is why I wanted to compare these both countries and give you a little insights for both countries. So if you were thinking of going to one, or you would think, oh, I don't know about Sri Lanka, but guys, 100% go to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is amazing and it's safe, which is great. Both countries are safe. So last thing I'm gonna talk about before I go, this video is getting long. Safety, right? Both countries are safe. I didn't really see anything crazy. You might get your scammer here and there in Sri Lanka, but Malaysia is a lot safer. Obviously, it's safer, a lot more cleaner, which is great. So respect to Malaysia. Malaysia is really safe. One of the safest Asian countries. So it's good. But Sri Lanka, as far as that region, a lot safer. So ladies, if you look, you hear your stories about India, guys, Sri Lanka, you're not getting any of that, man. The locals are great. They're gonna take care of you. They're not, no disrespect to India, but it's not like India. It's a lot more chilled. It's a lot more tropical. It's a tropical island. And you're not gonna get into, you're not gonna get into too much issues in Sri Lanka. Like I said, I'm not saying crime doesn't exist. Crime exists everywhere in the world, no matter what country. But again, there's countries that are so much more unsafe than others, and these two countries are super safe. I didn't see one problem, didn't want argument. It was absolute peace both countries I went to, and absolutely a fun time, guys. So if you're thinking of Malaysia, but obviously Malaysia is pretty high up on most lists, and Sri Lanka is not as high on many people's lists, I say definitely go Sri Lanka. You will not be disappointed. Sri Lanka is amazing, guys. So in conclusion, guys, you can't go wrong. I know one of you guys want me to lean to one way or other. I'm in the middle right here. I'm not leaning any to one way because, like I just said in the video, some places highlight for me better, like your food. I just like Sri Lanka food better. But it doesn't mean Malaysia food in Malaysia is not amazing. Food in Malaysia is absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? So beaches, I'm leaning a little bit to Sri Lanka, but it doesn't mean Malaysia has not good beaches. Matter of fact, Malaysia wins in all aspects when it comes to beach, city life, adventures, budget friendly, seeing different facets of the country. You know what I mean? So it all depends what you're looking for. Like I said, if you've been to Malaysia, been to that region, you want something slightly different, then Sri Lanka is a great option for you. Like this would be so different. If you always wanted to go India, but you're like, oh, I'm not too sure. Sri Lanka is a great start. Go to Sri Lanka, and that's more chill. There's nothing like in India with some similarities here. Actually, there's no similarities. It's its own country, and it's a lot more chilled and vibrant, and people are absolutely dope. Malaysia, same thing. If you're in that region, you've been to Thailand many times and haven't been to Malaysia, shame on you. Go to Malaysia. Malaysia is absolutely fantastic, dope, budget friendly, and safe, and absolutely dope, amazing food. So if you've been to there's other more known countries like your Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and you haven't been to Malaysia yet, you have to go to Malaysia, guys. What are you waiting for? You would not be disappointed. Check out my other videos about Malaysia as well. I'll give you more insights on, especially if you're in KL, Penang, or Langkawi, where to stay, recommendations, stuff to do, not to do. Guys, and also in this video, if you want me to do a video, more in-depth video about Sri Lanka, give you tips. I've done previous videos about Sri Lanka as well, so go check that out. Where to go, things to see, best beaches. If you want me to go into a more in-depth video, let me know in the comments as well. Also, let me know in the comments if you've been to either one of these countries and what did you think. Well, what did you think about the country, and what was the most standout for you about the country? I hope you found this video helpful, and you got some some insight, some recommendations, some tips, some useful information, most importantly. So when you either make a decision or you're thinking of going either one or both, this gives you a little bit of insight, gives you a little bit of a tip or a heads up, let you know that if you haven't been, you got to visit these both countries. They're both amazing and both have so much to offer. So till next time, peace.